mistakes. Learn from them and you'll have what it takes. In the world of reselling, we're your guy. With flipping ain't easy by your side.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel, and hopefully you guys had an excellent weekend. I got to do one thing real quick. Sorry. We're now on. Oh, it's not on yet. What the heck? There we go. I just noticed I didn't have my light on.
Your on air isn't on though.
I know. Sorry, Mike. I have to flip that on manually, and guess what? I was scrambling to try to get ready for the show. I thought all the boxes were checked and I had everything ready, but the light wasn't on. So, those of you guys noticed, I got a little owie here. Went to the dermatologist today and thought it was like a basal cell thing or whatever, but he's like, no, it's a wart. I'm like, a wart? He's like, okay. He had his little gun. He was like, yeah, we're just gonna have to hit it with like minus 300 degrees and like, so that's kind of what's gonna happen there. So I guess that's good news, right? And you know, sometimes you got to get these kind of things taken care of if you have the. I was telling Jenna the sad excuse of healthcare that we have, at least. You pay upwards of $500 a month, which isn't a lot, but it's like the plan we have. And if you want to see a specialist like a dermatologist, you got to go see your primary, which they have no answers for you for that, right? So you see your primary, $35, boom, copay. To go 2 weeks later to go see your dermatologist or your specialist, whatever the heck it is that you're getting taken care of. It's another $105 every time you walk in, even a follow-up appointment, $105. And I went and asked on the way out, I said, how much does this thing cost? If I was to go in here like today, how much does it cost to go in and get seen? She's like, anywhere from like $150 to $250. And I'm like thinking, well, what the hell? I mean, I almost paid $150 if you think about it. So I don't know. Us resellers, it's a little bit more difficult because, than a 9 to 5 where you have your employer paying for the healthcare benefits, at least subsidizing it, right? Not all the healthcare benefits, but it's a far cry from what we used to have, and makes me think that it's just better to just go as a cash payer and be done with it. I don't know. We got to think through it again, but that's not why we're doing this live. We do this live for the community part of it, but thought I'd explain why it looks like I got shot in the face with a BB. So
I didn't do it.
No, she's not the one.
Not responsible this time.
So yeah, so he was just a little too excited and too happy about doing it. He was like, really, I couldn't get in there and like fry my face, but it didn't go too bad. So anyway, want to talk to you about, and this topic came up on Primo Chemo's channel this morning. Those of you guys that don't know who Primo Chemo is, he's someone I call my friend, and he is also one of the four that represents the Profit Playbook podcast every Saturday morning. And he was dealing with a situation for many months with his payments being on hold. Now, this is a very established account that he sold one item at a much higher price point than what he normally sells his items on that account for, and eBay AI saw that, triggered it, and basically that transaction, those funds weren't released until 3 days after delivery, and every transaction after that was earmarked the same way. And they were told when they called, like, what's going on here? They were told that it's a permanent thing, and so sad to be you. And I don't know if they were told, but other people have been told this, that it's coming for everyone, right? So we talked about this a number of lives ago, and a lot of people were up in arms, like, and the question was, what are you going to do if eBay implements this to where you're not getting your funds right away? And some of the smaller resellers would be like, I don't have cash to source because I was counting on that cash, that the churn of cash to take me to my next yard sale or whatever. Now, thanks to the excellent work of Liz Morton, and she's at valueaddedresource.net. Link is down below to this article if you want to check it out yourself. But the article came out today that she put out, and it says, is eBay quietly backtracking on payment policy, delaying some seller funds until after delivery confirmation, just like in Primo Chemo's case. Is eBay quietly backing down on controversial payment policy changes that delayed some sellers' funds until after delivery? Sellers report payment holds are finally being mysteriously lifted. And by the way, he on his live today was saying how he just noticed that was lifted. That hold was on new sales that happened on Friday. That money was being processed already, right? Without anything being delivered. So he was like, I don't know what's going on. What could this be? Could this be? And he had also had a one-on-one with an eBay rep, and he thought there was a correlation between the two. I happen to think it may be this lifting of it has something to do with what Liz is talking about here, and has nothing to do with Josh's actions, my actions to try to help him out at eBay Open, or anything like that. I think this is just sellers are seeing this. Sellers report payment holds are finally being mysteriously lifted just as suddenly and without communication, which is not a surprise, as they were initially applied as transparency concerns linger. The troubling new policy was introduced last year when eBay made a change to their payments terms of use, and I didn't know this, that would allow eBay to delay payouts until 3 days after delivery confirmation for some sellers. Now, we know eBay does this for the new accounts because, honestly, and I don't mind them doing this for new sellers and letting sellers establish themselves and to prove that they're not a scammer and they're going to do right by the buyer. But for someone that had an account, I think this account for James is at least 15 years old. He's proven himself, for many years, and it's kind of dirty pool as far as I'm concerned to take one transaction and define his the rest of his eBay experience because of one transaction. That's an anomaly. But eBay did not provide an exhaustive list of criteria that would cause the delayed payout schedule to be applied, but anecdotally, most affected sellers seem to have tripped at least one risk factor, but not limited to being a new seller. We talked about that. Having unresolved claims from buyers or account defects, so you have some issues with your account, or having unusual selling patterns like a sudden increase in the number of sales or average values of items being sold. That's what happened with Primo. But to add insult to injury, when sellers contacted eBay support, they were told, and this is a tactic that people use over the phone, by the way, they were told this new policy will eventually be applied to all sellers on the platform. Essentially, the rep guessing and giving a flippant answer to get you the hell off the phone because that's their goal. And alarmingly, that information was then directly contradicted by eBay community personnel in the US, UK, and Germany, leaving sellers wondering who they should trust and what's really going on. All the while, eBay's quiet in the background. Now, the UK sellers were particularly frustrated with the change as eBay recently signed the Office of Small Business Seller Commissioner, OSBC, Small Business Payments Pledge, promising transparency and fairness when applying holds on seller funds, which sellers say eBay has demonstrably failed to live up to. Now, that frustration has prompted many in the UK to report eBay's lack of communication, transparency about the payout delays to the OSBC, their local MPs, and the financial ombudsman. And these complaints appear to finally be getting results as multiple UK resellers are reporting the delays in their payouts have suddenly been lifted. Now, just like James, his payouts were suddenly lifted. Now, I guess this seller had an email saying that they get the payouts within 24 hours again. We all had our funds held for 30 days since May. We have not, and I think that sounds like Primo, we've not received an email from eBay, but all of our sales yesterday have cleared this morning, so it looks like they're back to paying about within 24 hours. Now, another person said the same thing. The person here sent a letter to their dispute department and was about to go to the Better Business Bureau and blast them on every social media site. Then magically the blanket hold was lifted. This person said it was flat out lied to, like we talked about before. Now, Liz goes on to say, I've also now heard privately from 5 other sellers who had this delay on funds applied for 6 months to a year and who have suddenly been switched back to regular payouts with no communication from eBay. While that's a hopeful sign, it's still nowhere near enough of a trend to say for sure whether eBay simply reviewed these cases or if it's going to be basically the norm as they go through. And eBay hasn't responded to her further questions. Now, I would like to think that this has a lot to do with the feedback that you guys have given, not only on this channel, other channels, through your feedback. If you shake the app, when you're in the app, you can leave feedback. Now, why is this important? I mean, if many of you guys are like, yeah, well, this didn't affect me, I don't care. But here's the thing. There's other things that happen within eBay that should be important to you that are coming down the pike, like this whole promoted listings thing. Now, you have channels like Rally Roots. You got my channel. You've got, I know Beards talked about it. I know that Primo's talked about it. I know that other channels have talked about it. And you know, a lot of feedback has been, this is like horrible. It makes no sense how, you know, somebody that's not related to the actual sale can trigger a promoted listings charge and all that stuff. I'm not going to go into the whole thing, but those of you guys who watched all these channels, including my own, know that the changes that are coming on the 13th of January to promoted listings, a lot of people, I don't think I've met any seller that actually is on board with these changes. And I think if we treat it the same way we treated this, you know, those of you who weren't very happy with the prospect of payments being held, did say something, did complain, did use the feedback tool, did at the very least put your comments in these kind of videos, and eBay's media team, and I'm sure got up the ladder. And if this is happening, and it sounds like it is, where eBay's kind of softening their stance, at least on the established sellers having their payments put on hold, then it tells me that we are, I think, all these forums is a valid way. You know, we're not going to go on strike. We're not going to collectively stop using promoted listings. I think there's just that one, you can't pull that off. And number two, it's only going to hurt you. The people that don't watch YouTube or are like, I'm making money. I don't care what these guys do. I'm still going to use promoted listings, are the ones that are going to benefit. Instead of trying to find ways of forming a union that'll never exist, we individually do our part by either through eBay, using the feedback tool, or on channels voicing your concerns in the comments, and eBay will get the message at some point. And I'm hopeful that that can happen here with really the promoted listings thing, maybe. But I think also we're dealing, this is a little different situation with promoted listings. You're messing with eBay's, that's in their mind. It's our money, but really eBay's got their eyes on target on our money. And I think it's going to be a little bit tougher hill to climb when you're dealing with their money in their eyes, right? Like, oh, this is our money. This is our increase in revenue. And I think it's going to be a harder hill to climb, but at least it gives us an idea that our voices at least are heard, and maybe the louder you guys get, the more pressure you put on eBay and they change course. So what do you guys think about that? I wanted to put that out there. I thought it was pretty important. And on Primo's live today, I put the link in his chat. I don't know if he saw it or not. It seemed like it was more of a mystery, like what the hell's John talking about? But I really thought that this article was important. And again, thank you to Liz and the great work that she does over at valueaddedresource.net. Go check that out. And of course, if you want to see the article for yourself, it's in the description of this live. So let's see who we have here. CPR was first, listing some backstock, a pint of Ben & Jerry's fish food, ready in the freezer. Happy Monday all. I love fish food, by the way. That's my favorite Ben & Jerry's ice cream. I love the combination of chocolate and marshmallow cream. That is the best. That is the best.
Is that what that is?
That is the best. It doesn't get any better than that.
I don't know that I've ever had it.
Short of Rite Aid's double chocolate malted crunch, that is like the best ice cream. Mike Mecco says, hi, John, Jenna, and family. I hope everyone's sales are good. The lighthouse is shining on me again.
Yay!
I just shipped out 12 packages from yesterday and today. Since I ship on Saturday, this is good for me. There you go.
Awesome.
We had a lot of packages this weekend. I guess I can tell you now. I mean, it's not a big deal, but at least for the sales side, on the second account, this is not our main account, we had a pretty solid day on Sunday, $375, $75 on Saturday, and $153. I mean, combined, you're looking at over $500 in sales for that account at $93 today. So that's not bad. I'm happy with it. It's a great, it supplements our main account nicely. I'm very happy about that. As looking at the main here, the main account, Friday 301, Saturday 445, Sunday 425, pretty solid. And then today 616. So it's like, I don't know what it is. It just seems like Monday through Thursday is probably our better days, but we're still down the last 31 days, 18%. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to see. I'll do some showing you guys some more stats here as we. Whoops, I don't know what's happening here. There we go. I did something and it changed my layout on my OBS studio. Okay, so I want to know what you guys really think about this whole payment holds thing. Of course, voicing your feelings not only on the whole payment holds thing, but also on the upcoming promoted listings where it was announced for the 13th, where pretty much the majority of your items that you promote are going to be now with that promoted listing fee. Maybe 10% might not if they truly find it organically without any previous buyer intervention or looking up your item. I don't want to go into the whole thing again because we've done that before, but I want to know what you guys think about all these things. And is this just a coincidence? Did eBay just say that it's not worth the hassle to deal with this? They're going to get their money anyway, and maybe the pushback wasn't hurting them either way, so they decided to side with some of the established sellers. But it may be a different story because we're talking about promoted listings where they're talking about, in their eyes, look guys, if eBay could get their hands on 100% of our money, they would. I don't want you to kid yourself not. I mean, that's a ridiculous statement to some. I get it. But eBay is going to take as much as they can from us. And we just have to know that. I mean, it doesn't have to be okay. But, here I am still on the platform because I'm still making money. They haven't prevented me from making a good profit. So I'm here until that changes.
You need to scroll down.
What did I miss?
You missed. Go.
Where?
Above. No.
Okay, she wants to do, okay, in it to flip it says second. Nice seeing it to flip it. Jenna wants to take over the mouse duties, I think.
I can.
You should. Duncan says, sponsored by, he wants to tell you who sponsors him, by the way. Tree Dog, Woof Meow, and KFC. So there you go. Let's see. They're talking about a lot of things that they chat about while they're waiting. Ended to flip it says, do any of you hate the new AI Google Lens as much as I do? Geez, it used to be so easy to find items, but now it's showing me so many irrelevant results. Honestly, I've heard people say so many good things about the Google Lens over the last year, and I haven't used it a whole lot, but when I have, I'm not impressed. I mean, there's things that I have had to sort of add my own, like it gives you a chance to put like whatever details you might know about the item in on the little top, and it'll refine its search a little bit, but I wasn't 100% impressed on that tool. CPR says, on the topic, why wouldn't eBay try to hold on to funds as long as they can, as long as they can get away with? Handling millions of dollars leaves lots of interest income for them. I agree. But see, they have to be able to, I guess they don't have to do anything, but I guess if they don't want to deal with a lot of upset people, they kind of have to justify why they're playing with your money. And I think one transaction that's like different than what your norm is, I don't think that's enough justification. Even though the terms of service says they can do whatever the heck they want in that regard, I really think they just the pushback wasn't worth anything. When you consider it's really, yeah, they're making their money off of interest, right? We all know that, but it's really not as big of an issue as the whole promoted listings things is. I think that's not going to change even if we get loud, but it's worth the effort, I think. In it to flip it says, I think they're just moving with the trend. I don't like it, but it won't affect me much. I would change my business model. I mean, we would get used to it. I mean, you're pretty much looking at like a 2-week delay in your funds, and then everything kind of normalizes. So what you did 2 weeks, you're finally getting paid for. But I mean, if it's not here, it's not been announced that it's here, And let's hope that it's never going to be
Well,
here.
even if it was something, they wouldn't announce it.
I'd like to think that, but they did announce the whole promoted listings thing that's happening on your birthday. So they say, happy birthday, Jenna. We're going to start charging more. We're going to get more of your promoted listings.
eBay, that's not what I want for my birthday.
That's what you're getting. Merry
No.
Christmas. Edit to Flip It says, Etsy daily payments are on the way to go. I sell something Monday. The money is automatically transferred Tuesday in my bank account by 6 a.m. Wednesday. Yeah, and you know the way it works, I can't speak for Etsy, but on eBay there's at least a day or two processing so that the buyer's money can hit eBay and then eBay will then transfer it over to you. You know, so many times we get good sales on the weekend and we don't see all of it put on the Tuesday deposit because a lot of those funds aren't processed yet. CPR is talking to Edit to Flip. It says, a while ago, there was some announcement of an eBay Facebook partnership. Was this just for advertising or searches, or is it to prevent cross-posting? I don't think it was meant to prevent cross-posting. It's still in effect. eBay and Facebook did have a partnership that's showing more eBay listings on the Facebook Marketplace. That's still a thing. Into the Flip, it says Facebook was showing some eBay listings, and if you click on them, it brought you the eBay listing. I still have no idea if there are any update. I think that's just what it is. I don't think there's anything special or anything else special coming out of that. CPR says eBay has certainly changed a lot, but I'm not sure it's all improvements. Between fees, promo, and free shipping, I don't feel like I'm really making money. Yeah, eBay's going to keep pushing the envelope, I think, and the way to offset that is, and I say this all the time, but I really feel like this is the way to do it. You got to find a way to get your items cheaper. And for those of you who go to yard sales and like, look, it seems like a fair price to me, I'm not going to ask them for a lower price. That might be the difference, changing your tactics there. $5 for this item. Maybe they'll settle for $2, but you'll never know unless you ask. CPR says, I don't really fit the reseller label, more of a collector with too much stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So like a hobby reseller, hobbyists. So there's many hobbyists that will buy because they like this particular thing. And then they feel like, I have nowhere to put it. It's not quite what I was wanting. I don't really like it as much as I thought I would or whatever, or it's a little bit more valuable than what I picked it up for. Maybe I could flip it and make more money off of the piece because the person who had it didn't really put the right title or good photos, and then you flip it. I get it. And to flip it says, I had to go part-time in 23. I couldn't ride the eBay financial roller coaster anymore. I'm back to where I enjoy doing it now instead of always being stressed out with their other changes. And if you have a main income, like a retirement, and then you're doing this on the side for like supplemental income, if you are doing it for your second job and have limited time to put into it, I can certainly see the mindset of just not letting it bother you. And we're going to kind of talk about something that I saw today that I don't quite agree with on all levels. And it kind of ties into kind of what you're saying here. So what you're saying is you're more of a kind of a hobbyist. And when it comes to your second account, now you want to make as much as you can. Of course, who doesn't? But you're not going to allow that eBay stress to carry over to your 9-to-5. I think that's the worst thing to do. And vice versa. You don't want your 9-to-5 stress to carry over to eBay. CPR had a prediction that I had a silver A's hat. I don't own any A's hat, but you mean Angel's hat with a blue T-shirt today. Jenna will have a pink.
Blue?
Nope, this is a bluish green.
It's
dark in here.
It's more blue than it is green.
I think it's more green than it is blue, but nonetheless.
On here it is blue. On there, on you, it's more of a
green.
A green.
That's what I said.
But on the video, it's blue.
And then
I'm not
purple
wearing
hoodie.
pink at
I
all.
don't even think she has purple. You don't even buy. You don't like purple.
I'm not a purple fan.
In it to flip it says, I guess I haven't been a part of these for long enough to make an educated guess, so I'll wing it. John, striped shirt. She doesn't like wear striped t-shirts, but you can say I have an itchy nose because that's what's going to happen with this damn fan on. Gina, looking fabulous as always.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
Time to Sell Collectibles, number 4. And I'm here an hour early. You guys are awesome, though. I mean, I don't care who's first or who's not. The fact that anyone showed up here early, I think that's awesome.
And Derek, hello.
I'll be busy taking photos and doing some listings for the next 30 to 45 minutes, but I'll be back.
All right.
And Kevin Hawthorne, good evening. Are you still in Lakeland? I just want one post from you that says that you're still in Lakeland, because I'm kind of worried now. I don't know where you're at. Michael Mullet says, what's up, guys? Nice to see you. And Ken Dryden says, hello, everyone. Hope your day is going well.
Michael, did you get all moved in and all situated with all your stuff? I hope you did.
We have Jody Wilbur says, hi, everyone. Hope you all had a great weekend and are getting sales.
Hello, Jody.
I am looking. I'm still in a sourcing hole, I'd say, where I'm getting half the stuff of my normal go-to. I've dipped a little bit into my storage unit and some of the stuff that I brought over. It's fine, I guess. I sold a couple things. I sold one of the printers that I found. It's an HP Smart Tank 7206, I think. That was works great, right? It only has 90 prints on it, and sold it for $200 today. So I guess that inventory is still decent, but it's not on par with what I'm used to getting. But we'll get through this. I think things are going to get more normalized here very, very soon. So, and the sales aren't really that punitive.
Terrible.
But what's happening is because of the distractions and things like that, the number of listings that I have are lower than normal. So that's the goal, to kind of bring that back up.
Right now?
250 something. So I'm selling more than I'm actually getting listed. So with 582 sold in the last 90 days, I think that's the thing that I like to stress is I am almost a 2-to-1 ratio of items sold in 90 versus what I've had listed. So I'd like to think, and this is kind of going into a point that I want to make here in a little bit, that there's different levels of reselling, and there's different a hobbyist probably shouldn't spend the kind of time focusing on the minutia of reselling that someone like me, that this is my livelihood, this is my business, I'm running a business, and I'm going to treat it the same way as if I had a brick and mortar. And we're going to talk about that here in a little bit. Ken Dryden says, there a listing process, AI, eBay, bulk listing that can do comic books efficiently and correctly? There are, but you just have to maybe look around. I cannot talk about any particular product for a couple reasons. Number one, I haven't used the AI listers myself. I think I've used one AI lister for one listing, and it did fine. But that's something I'm sure one of my co-hosts from PPP can jump on here and give you some guidance on that. Time to Sell Collectibles says, hello, John, Jana. And so it was Gina, now it's Jana, and FA Views.
I've been called worse. It's okay.
It's Monday Live. Had my best sales week in a while. I stopped promoting and did a store-wide 15% off campaign. Listing page views up 26.7%.
Very good.
And now, I like that. I like the fact that your views are up because, okay, let's talk about it. Because, I try to push content a little bit further into the live, but I can't do it anymore. Look, there's a lot of, and this is where I get in trouble. This is where I voice my opinion and I piss off other content creators, and that is not the goal. I'm not going to mention any names here, and the person that I'm talking about, I do respect highly. They put out good content, and they have a much bigger channel than me. That aside, I think that they did put out a video today, and I agree with some of it, but not all. And the 2 points that this person made was, don't pay attention to seller dashboards. And then the other one says, do not try to reverse engineer the eBay algorithm. Now, I agree and disagree at the same time. Well, what do you mean you agree and disagree at the same time? If you are a hobbyist, so we talked about a couple people already jumped in here that we identified as a hobbyist reseller. And for many reasons like I have a 9-to-5, I don't have the kind of time that a full-timer would have. Focus that time on getting the work done. I agree on that. Don't focus on getting into the, and I called it minutia, whatever you want to call it, of the numbers and the things, the 27% of increased impressions or anything like that. Your time is better spent getting your stuff up. I agree with that, right? But someone like me, and someone that is full-time, this is my livelihood. If I don't get the sales that I need, then I'm going to financially suffer. I don't have another outlet. People, we talked about that this last week, where I don't make as much as you guys think I make on YouTube. Well, then I need to make sure that I'm doing advanced eBay. And that is, I'm still getting my work done, still getting my listings done, but you need to understand what's happening within your business so that you can make better long-term decisions for your business. If you're not looking at the numbers, if you're not seeing, I just bought this whole lot of X, Y, and Z, but I listed it and my impressions are nosedive, and in turn my sales are down, eBay's trying to tell you something indirectly. And if you're not looking at your listings quality report, eBay's trying to tell you something directly, right? So indirectly through your traffic, we look at the traffic and go, I don't know what that is, but what did you recently do to your business? Did you stop listing, or did you start listing things that maybe aren't selling and aren't as desirable, and your traffic and your other things are going to take a dive? Why is that important to know? Because next time I ain't buying that stuff anymore. If you're oblivious to what you're doing, the effects of what you're doing within your business, you're going to make the same mistake of continually buying the things, as an example, that these reports are telling you not to buy because you're not as successful as you once were. So that's just an example of that. And, here's the thing, guys. I show you my numbers. So, look, there's a reason why I show you my numbers. I am not, and people might think that, and I think people used to think this and would scold me in the comments of, we don't need you to brag, we're struggling, and, you're showing us your numbers as a brag. And if you think it's a brag, then this is not the right channel. I'm telling you, I show you the numbers because of two things. One, it shows credibility. I think anyone who's going to give you advice on this platform on YouTube for eBay or any kind of reselling platform needs to show you that they are using and following their own advice, and they are succeeding with their own advice, okay? And of course, I can't just sit here and tell you I'm using these tactics that I'm telling you and I'm doing well, because well may mean something different between me and you. But I can tell you, I am making the most out of what I'm selling, and it's because I am constantly trying to find ways to make my items stand out in front of my competition. And that is, for some, is you're trying to hack the algorithm. You better believe I'm trying to hack the algorithm. Any serious business is going to look at the numbers and say, you know what? I don't care if it's Walmart. I don't care if it's a small mom and pop business, brick and mortar, whatever. A serious business that wants to stay in this business. We talked about on the Profit Playbook podcast that the majority of businesses don't survive 5 years. I've been past that now full time. And it's because I'm following all these things and I'm taking an importance to what I'm doing. And it's no secret that I have 582 solds at a $75 ASP for a reason. Okay. So 582 items, 42,000 sold in the last 90 days. If we're looking at performance, that's the wrong account. That's the second account. The first account, if we're looking at what we did this year, I'll show you. We're at 131,000 in sales. Now, remind you guys, I only have between 250 and 300 items in my store at any given moment. We are up 6.9% from last year. I promise you, if I gave up on the idea of trying to find the best way to list my item because eBay, maybe it's promoting one way or using sales another way, I wouldn't be up from last year, okay? 2.1% in the number of items sold, 1,700 at a $75 ASP, okay? I'm here to try to show you guys that it can be done. Am I trying to tell you I have all the answers? No. This is just the way I do it. And I only hope that you don't try to emulate this. You find what works for you. But this is me showing you. And this is our second account. Our second account, which we really just started, I'd say in the spring, trying to put more effort into, is at 29,000, up 95% as to last year because we weren't putting any effort at all in that store. 1,000 items sold at a 2770. Taking a little different business model. but that one is, I think we've sold 1,000 in over the year. I think the last 90 days we've sold, I don't have it in front of me. The last 90 days we've sold maybe like 358 items sold in that account. So that one's okay. If I was to say anything, I'd say this is our part-time store, right? So we have a full-time main account and a part-time store. We're putting a little of everything in there. And I'm telling you, I would not be anywhere on this I wouldn't be able to sit here and tell you at a straight face that I'm doing well if it wasn't for the amount of effort that I'm putting into it. So what I'm saying is everyone has to assess where they're at as a reseller. Is this your full-time gig? Are you serious about making this a replacement for a 9-to-5 job? And are you trying to build this business? And if you can answer yes to those questions, then you need to understand this new listing quality report that came out. You need to understand what that is. It's eBay trying to tell you, here's how you can become better than your competition. The traffic reports, it may seem like a bunch of a couple years ago I told you I can't trust it. But that's the data we're given. And I don't think that there is a reason, other than glitches is probably why it happened before, but there's not a real reason why eBay would give you bad data. There's just no reason for them to do that. It just wouldn't make sense for them to just give you bad data for the sake of giving you bad data. Believe it or not, as much flack as we give eBay, they do want sellers to succeed on the platform, at least through the number of sales they're making. They do want more buyers and they do want more sales. They do want more of your money as well, but that's a totally different issue. The idea that eBay somehow is going to undermine you and not give you sales, I think is a short-sighted approach. And sometimes we can get caught up in that too and say, sales are just dead for some reason. But ignoring that, I think, can be detrimental to your business. So I had to say it because it was when I see information like that, it just kind of painted across across to all resellers. It does hit a little different for me because I do know just from dealing with all you guys, many of you guys we talk to, some of the messages we get and watching other channels, that look, my situation's totally different than other people's situations. And for me to make a video saying that, okay, well, I just showed you the numbers, this is how you do it. If you're not doing it this way, or this idea is applicable to everything and everyone out there, I think is just a mistake. So that is my diatribe part 2.
Wow.
But it's a long answer to not a long question, but kind of a short, not even a question, just a statement. I'm glad that you understand where your listings are, your traffic is, but don't get bothered by it. Of course, if you see something that's alarming, that means something. Maybe you did something, or maybe your inactivity, or there's a lot of different possible reasons, or something that's out of your control. Maybe you have more competition than you had before. So there's always an answer to an eBay problem or question or a situation. Now, if you have the time, like a full-timer versus someone who doesn't have the time, that's a different story. Ken Dryden says, yes, I've heard of it. I haven't dove into any of them and wasn't sure if comics would be supported on there. I think they may have given the answer. Give it a try. Why not? Pitco says, I hope you all had a great weekend. Nice to see you, Keith. Joe Samard says, howdy, John, Jenna, and the FAE group.
Howdy,
nice to
howdy.
see you, Joe. Casey, New York. Hello, John, Jenna, and FAE gang.
Hello.
And Callie Debs. Hello, and happy Monday, everyone. Nice to see you, Callie Debs.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. And tomorrow, guys, is a couple things happening tomorrow. I want you guys to know this. Mark it on your calendar. Tomorrow, you will not have to ship. In fact, anything that you sell today that would be set up for tomorrow is going to have at least at the earliest a Wednesday shipping day. Veterans Day. Number 2, we will be on the Nurse Flipper channel on tomorrow at 5 p.m. Jenna and myself, and we're going to be, I'm sure they're going to place us in the hot seat. This is my 3rd time being on there, but we enjoy it. So make sure you're there to support us and to help us through the heat they're going to throw our way.
I don't want heat.
Pitco says, hi, John Jenna. Saw that, and hello to you.
Keith.
Ken says, had a customer complaining about an item that was delivered 95 days ago. That's a record for me.
Wow.
I kid you not. I almost said a different word. I've had now 5 in the last 2 weeks between both accounts where someone has hit me up and they are well beyond the 30-day return period. 2 negatives out of it, one on each account. And it's like, you can't get those removed. eBay is not going to remove them. The eBay does not seem to honor. When I say honor your return policy, it is eBay is telling us you need to have a return window. Now, some people have 14, we have 30, which is kind of the sweet spot. Yeah, you could do 60 as well. But the idea that you are complying as a seller with eBay's return policy, and when a buyer either doesn't read or doesn't agree or ignores it entirely and somehow wants to come back at you without any eBay backing, I don't quite think that's too great. But nonetheless, that's the way it is, and we have to learn to live with it, unfortunately. But I've had 5 in the last 2 weeks. Time to Sell Collectibles says, List Easier is now offering credits instead of monthly subscriptions for small sellers, and still working on setting it up. Okay, give it a shot. CPR says, have any of you had your payment held till after delivery? I have not. And if you're a new seller, you're going to have that. If you are a seller that's, let's say your ASP is $20, right? And you sell something that is $1,000. You might be putting yourself on a radar. Or let's say you ramp up your listing. You just ramp it up to like it's crazy. You list 5 items a day, and now you're listing 200 to 300 items a day. It's going to give eBay like wait, what's going on here? This is not normal for these people. Henri Squaw says, howdy, John, Jenna, and the FA chat family, getting a couple of sales today on all platforms. I love that. Very good.
Oh, good. Yeah.
And Ken is getting paid within 1 day of an acceptance scan. So, is it because you're new on your account, Ken, or did you do something? Because it's the policy that they have is 72 hours from an actual delivery scan, but hey, it's still, you're waiting that time for that item to be delivered. CPR says, was it just for new sellers or low feedback ratings? I don't even think feedback has anything to do with that. I think it's new sellers. I think it is also sellers that are below standard, sellers that have defect issues. So you let's say you run the habit of, like, you get a return and you just kind of ignore it, or you get a return request and you let it time out. These are all defects that hit your account, and it can hurt your status. And eBay's thinking of you as a seller that has risks. So when you have risk, they're not going to take that risk. They're going to put your money on hold. So that's kind of, it's all a health and a trust and safety thing, where they're looking at you as a possible problem, and it's all behavioral based. So aside from being a new seller where everyone goes to that first 90-day period or whatever it is, once you get established, you need to maintain that account. Otherwise, you're going to be looked at as a problem. Keith says, volume on intro fixed. Yay! All right.
Did you do something to fix it?
I did move the bars a little bit up. So, I mean, I don't know if that's it or not, but apparently it is. Okay. BBC News 2025 says, hi all, nice to see you.
Hello.
What's new today? Is there any news that you want to share with us? Viv, nice to see you, Viv.
Hello.
Jane's Jungle Safari's with us. Nice to see you.
Jane.
And real quick, we're going to have the members only live on Wednesday. I was thinking about having it tomorrow, but we can't have it tomorrow because we're going to be on the Nurse Flipper show. So can't do that. So we're going to have it on Wednesday evening at our normal time, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. Time to Sell Collectibles says, I only use eBay shipping labels, and funds are held until received by carrier, usually 1 day later. Another, huh? So this question is for you and Ken. How long have you been selling on eBay, and has this always been the case for you? We have Grams from Grams and Pops Vintage. Says hello from South Dakota.
Hello, Teresa.
Are you like Grand Rapids, or are you like at the base of what the hell? What the hell is that damn mountain? With all the presidents on it. I can't think of it. But we all know it's a national landmark, and
I can't freaking think of it.
Jeez,
it's
man.
on the tip of my tongue.
Jody says, mine aren't held, but I've had a seller account for over 20 years. Just the regular processing time of a day or two. Yeah, same here. Spam Banshee says, aloha, you helped make this change happen, John. Thank you. Well, you know, is it my show? Is it the other? Is it a collective thing? Is it Liz Morton at Value Added Resource who puts out? You know, these are people like Liz and Ina Steiner. They put out like reselling stuff. They don't get them. I don't think they get enough credit. I mean, look,
Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore. Yes, sorry. They don't get a lot of credit either. But nonetheless, I don't think they get enough credit for what they do. I mean, they get in there, they get the nitty gritty, they find the information, they put it in writing, and some schluck like me, happens to read an article, and it's like, hey guys, here's the news, and it's like, dude, you didn't even discover that information. But that's why it's important for me to at least let you guys know where we're getting it, because it gives you a chance to go and give them a little bit of, of your appreciation. Derek, like your cross necklace, Jenna.
Thank you, Derek.
And at the flip, it says, I've been selling on eBay since 99, so I have not been hit with the payment holds yet. And I don't think, knock on particle board, based on what's happening here, I'm starting to think that this is not going to be a thing like some eBay reps have been telling people. This is something that's going to be rolled out to the masses. I really think they didn't have an answer to give, and it's faster to give you I had to monitor calls as a supervisor at Amtrak, and I can't tell you the number of times I'd pull an agent to go over a call, and it's like, well, why did you say that? That's not the right answer, because they feel pressured. There's metrics, right? The eBay is a data-driven company, but Amtrak, it's like, look, you've been on, your average talk time is like over 2.5 minutes. It's like too long, so you need to bring that down. And theirs is like 4 or 5 minutes, right? So now they're like, I got to give a quick answer. I don't know how to get the information, whatever it is. And now you are suffering, and with the bad information, you're giving wrong information. So I think that's kind of what's going on with that. Todd is with us. Nice to see you, Todd.
Howdy, my friend.
And then Primo. Aloha. Alpha FAE made eBay bend to their will. No, it could have been Josh. It could have been me. It could have been us all collectively. I don't know. But something happened to where it's now different, right? Why is that? And you're not... I guess what I was trying to say is it's not just you, Primo. There's other people that are having that happen right now. It's a change that they've made.
Yeah, but of course, their account definitely sparked the conversation.
Biff, if you break a bone, have fun paying cash.
Yeah, that's what I was telling John, is that the only thing I'm worried about with having to pay cash is, what if something really bad happens? What if, God forbid, one of us has a heart attack?
What if I grow a beak tomorrow? I mean, it's like, what if? We could play the what if game, as far as we want. Yeah, there's risk. But like I was telling her, this damn, what we have, there's two problems.
This insurance is absolutely the worst of the worst.
Okay, so you get a $100,000 hospital bill, okay? They'll pay 70%. You got to pay 30%. We're wiped out, okay? Most people aren't going to be able to do that. So you're pretty much in the same position. So if you can't pay 30, and if you don't have insurance, you can't pay 100. It's kind of the same thing. You got an emergency, they're going to see you either way, and you're going to be in a bad financial spot either way. The second problem with this insurance thing for us is the eBay was a big component of our income last year, but we had a little side business where we were actually working with companies and sort of as a broker for goods from China. We had some hat orders and stuff, a lot of different things, and we were doing pretty well with that. And then the companies that we're dealing with were like, yeah, we overbought with the tariffs, and now we're kind of we're not buying anymore for a while. So I don't know if that will ever come back. They're going to change their model, or maybe have work with someone different. But that was a big chunk, and we made really decent money. I'm not going to tell you how much, but we made to the point where our tax return from 24 is going to put us they go by that right now when you're enrolling for the next year for healthcare, and it's going to be like through the damn roof for paying a premium. So it's like, and for what, to get this kind of, so we've already paid like this year like $6,000. May not seem like a lot, but just in premiums, just to pay what, half price of cash because of the copays. It's like,
I mean, if you add up the amount of copays and the amount of the premium itself, it doesn't make sense to have. We can go pay cash easily and it be significantly cheaper.
I was telling Jenna, like, maybe put $500 aside a month and have that as your kind of like even though it's not, you have it sort of like an HSA account where you just earmark that for times where you have to pay out of pocket and just go with it. I mean, until a better option presents itself, I just think the current state of, at least in and I'm not trying to tell you guys out there, I don't know your situation. This is kind of like the information I give with reselling. This is what we are dealing with and the decision we have to make. Everyone's got a different situation. So I hope that it doesn't influence anyone.
I would much rather pay cash for an x-ray of a broken bone and then maybe, let me tell you, the stress level of dealing with this insurance has brought me to tears.
Yeah, she's
I
fighting.
literally have been fighting for my life with these doctors and with this insurance. I cannot get anybody to help, and they only make things worse. They only make the situation that much harder than dealing with just the health issue itself. So I don't want it anymore. I don't want to deal with that anymore. The healthcare system in the U.S. is absolute trash.
It's not good. And everyone, everyone's got to figure out what they're doing with their enrollment right now. This is the time of the year. But I think we've kind of decided that...
we're not doing it.
After I talked to them at the receptionist, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. It's going to be just like $100 more than what I already had to invest in this insurance. Yeah. I mean, not to mention my... our copays.
The monthly, it's just too much. Anyway,
so we'll move on. Ice cream time, says CPR. We love ice cream. Zelcorp.
You love ice cream.
Yeah, I say we. I buy ice cream. She never really eats it.
Not a we.
Hey everyone, I hope you guys are doing great. Yeah,
I did make some last night.
I like brownies with ice cream on top of it.
Well, we didn't have any ice cream.
I know, but see, ice cream wins. Jody Wilbur says, thanks, Derek Pat. I hope you did as well. Brenda Smith, hello, everyone. Nice to see you, Brenda. Copper Cat is in the house. Nice to see you. And Crazy's Live. Nice to see you with Crazy's Live. Kenneth Young says, hey, John and Jen, another great weekend. 10 items went out today. Love it.
That's a cool sunflower, Kenneth.
You gotta love it. Gotta love good sales. This is the time of the year, guys. Sales are happening the 10th of November. We got less than 2 months in the rest of this year. Is that hard to believe or not?
It's very hard to believe. And yes, I'm trying to decorate for Christmas.
I know. She's like, I want to go to Hobby Lobby. I'm like, oh my goodness. How much is this going to cost me?
I am going to go
It's like dealing with the healthcare again.
Wednesday.
I think she is. And I have to go there anyway to run an errand, so I'm probably going to park my ass
No, you're not going shopping with me.
Oh, I'll probably let you go into the Hobby Lobby. I'll park my ass into Chipotle and have something to eat while
you're going to be in there for a while.
I'll eat slowly. And to flip it says, do you think the continued payment hold was a glitch? I know they'll hold the funds for those big sales, but it usually would just be for that sale or until that sale was completed. I think it was not a glitch. I think that it was... They have AI that's monitoring all of our stores, and if it finds what it deems to be unusual activity, it'll take those steps through trust and safety to make it so that you're not getting your money right away. It's per design, but I think it's maybe they've scaled it back to maybe it's only more egregious things that are happening are going to have to deal with that. But I think it's I don't think it's something we have to worry about as sellers. If we're consistent with what we're doing, I don't think we have to worry about that. Mixed Mercantile says, "Hey John and Jenna, I'm using 2 different accounts for the extra thumbs up."
Do what you gotta do.
Well, an extra sale's coming your
That's
way.
right.
Hit the like button. Get a sale within the next 24 hours.
Yes, let's go,
We'll put
people.
that positivity out there for you
Let's
guys.
go. We've only got 60. Come
What?
on. Let's go.
How many-
Hold on. Let me close it out and then reopen it.
How many
'Cause
people are
sometimes
watching
it
right now?
gets it
Because see,
doesn't show me
we have
fully.
137 people watching, guys. I'm sure only 137 of you guys want a
66.
sale. CPR says, living close to a post office makes eBay a lot easier. Yep, It's about a 5-minute walk to my post office,
you
but
can
I
walk.
could not
We
imagine
would
walking.
never
I don't
be
know how
able to walk.
I don't care if I had a push cart or a pull cart for these damn big Santa bags full of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not walking.
No.
No.
And if you know anything about the drivers in Las Vegas, you wouldn't walk either.
Let me tell you about her real quick. Here it comes. She's like, what is he going to say? We have a mailbox that is like in a community mailbox that's like maybe 5 doors up, 5 houses up on this same street. She will not walk over there to get the mail. She'll get in the car and drive over there.
Excuse me, no. I walked over there the last time I got the mail.
Okay, what do you usually do?
I had to get the mail key out of the car, and then I walked to the mail.
What do you usually do?
I usually walk. It's only if it's raining will I take the car. You
I
call
call BS
go
on
and
that.
just throw me under a
I
bus.
call
and
BS
what-
on that because I'm like, why are you taking the car? I'm not walking to the mailbox.
When it's raining.
No, it never rains out here.
No, that's...
And if it's raining,
I'm
we're
going
out
to-
in it.
You are live.
CPR. It
You're-
makes me.
you're
It takes me 8
exaggerating.
minutes to get to the post office.
8 minutes. Well, it'd probably take us about 8 minutes if we were...
We have a great carrier. He comes here and he's like, "Hey, by the way, I'm gonna come at 1. You guys good with that?" Yeah, I mean
This guy,
he's
I don't freaking walk.
he's constantly like giving us updates on when he's off work, and he'll find the good backup. Lately, he's found the good backup that's like on par with him to like take care of. We're totally taken care of. I couldn't imagine having to deal with the stress of wondering if, oh crap, here's 4:45. Like, do I need to end the live or do I go to the post office? Sutter's Mill says eBay has almost no subscription products compared to Amazon. They could roll out eBay Plus, free returns, perks, seller coupons. Don't give them ideas. I mean, if any idea you guys come up with that eBay implements helps the seller out, then I'm good with it. But I do agree in the sense that eBay needs to do something, not to become Amazon, but they need to do something to make their brand more appealing. And we talk about who they should be advertising to, but they really need to, and I don't have the answer to what that is, but here's someone that's hoping that eBay does better, because if eBay does better, we're going to do better. Andy says, "What's going on, family? Hope everyone has a great week. Nice to see you."
How are you, Andy?
Reef the Sea Forever is with
Hello.
us. And Henri Squaw. Payments holds I can work with, but the promoted change is garbage.
Yeah, it's trash.
I mean, get your app out, shake it, and then leave your feedback. Isn't that
That's
nuts?
weird.
It's weird. That's a feature on the watch, isn't it? Like if something like your watch shakes, your Apple Watch shakes, it's like, oh, did you have an accident? Did you fall just now?
Yeah, it like calls 911.
It's like, yeah, but to shake the phone just to give,
Yeah,
maybe it's
that's
like
weird.
if you're that pissed off and you're going to shake your phone and throw it at the wall, here, leave some feedback before you break your phone. Maybe that's what that's about. In it to flip, it says, "Go Gina. Have you done a live?
Just say my name right.
Have you done a live where you two switch places and duties?"
No.
Like she comes up with a subject to talk about and she answers the questions and talks nonstop
I've
for a
done
2-hour
it
period.
twice. Once by myself, once with Beard.
And The third time, she says she'll never do again.
I'll never do any of it
And
again.
why is that?
I just don't like it.
Reef the Sea Forever says, with promoted listings, I always assume that I would pay the fee. So for me, it hasn't changed anything. It is a sneaky way eBay is charging for more fees. I normally don't promote on new listings. Yeah, it's a way from them to close the loopholes. So many years ago, when eBay saw that on the best match search that your item, if you're promoted, your item was being shown organically, and then a little bit further down, it was getting shown with the sponsored listing. People were like, how come people who promote get their items shown twice? So eBay then went in and removed that. So now it was only shown for the sponsored or the organic, right? But not a combination of the two. But when you sorted that listing by price, your item would show up twice, organic, then sponsored. And eBay, and I was like, at first, I was like, ooh, I shouldn't talk about this. And then I did talk about it a couple years ago, and it's like, well, they obviously either not watching my show or they're not changing it. Well, they're changing it now. So it's just something that probably should have been fixed. If I was eBay implementing promoted listings, I probably would have fixed it years ago. Ping G says, hello, John and Jen in the chat. Happy Monday. Nice to see you, Ping.
Happy Monday.
Reef the Sea Forever says, until about 90 days, then I promote and cut the price. There's a hold on funds? Well, there was for some people.
Yes.
Yeah. Biff says, only 11% of my gross sales are attributed to promotions, so that's only about 5% of 11% that goes above and beyond final value fees, so an extra 0.55%. You have to know exactly what you can get away with. But okay, so here's an example of what I was trying to say. You wouldn't know any of that if you wouldn't have taken the time to do a deep dive into your business. And as you should know how the market affects your business so you can adjust to the market accordingly for what you sell. If you wouldn't have spent the time and had the mindset of, well, you know what, it's as simple as finding an item, listing it, and shipping it, you wouldn't have the data you've made a number of changes within your business that I recall. You would maybe even be doing the same thing, thinking this is kind of all that there is to it, and this is the best you're going to be able to do. So I think by just knowing your numbers, I think it's important if you are trying to get yourself to the next level. If you are happy, and I don't know if Todd does this or not. I don't know if he really gets into the numbers and the minutia of his business. But if you're like Todd, and you're like, look, I just do this part-time. I go buy stuff, I list it, and I make money. And I don't even use promoted listings, and I'm happy with what I get. Then why would you, if you're happy with the results and you don't want to necessarily do any more than you're doing, then why would you spend the time analyzing and stuff? So I think the answer is correct for some sellers, and it's incorrect for others. Reef the Sea Forever. It takes about a day to get to my account from eBay. Not bad. I don't use a rush feature. It's too much. They hold my funds. It'll be, and this is Joe, says, if they hold my funds, it would not affect me much. I get payouts every 2 weeks. Yeah. And I do it every week. But we have David Pentland from Scotland.
David.
And Devon's with us. Nice to see you, Devon.
Hello.
Reef says, at this point, we have to find free items and raise the prices, which is bad for consumers. No, we're not at dumpster diving yet.
Hey, there's some people who make some pretty decent money doing that.
This is the thing. It's going to be harder to find good merchandise if you're trying to buy as low as you can. I come across the times that I do go to yard sales, I come across stuff that's like, oh, this would sell well, and then you find out what they want. You could get it maybe for $10 to $15, and maybe you can sell it for $40 or $50. Some people are okay with that. That doesn't fit my model, and so it's a little bit more difficult for me to find stuff that I can get that low price on the buy and sell it high. Reef the Sea Forever, overall prices are going to go higher on a lot of items. And it's more so, and I think this is not discussed as much, but we see inflation. So that's inflation. So your buying power goes down when there's inflation. And why does your buying power go down? Because the value of the dollar is going down. So if the dollar is going down, you can't get as much for it. So it's going to continue to happen, and I don't know when that's going to stop. But I think our economy has been a hot mess for a long time. Devon says, please smash the thumbs up and get that eBay sale.
Yes, please do it.
And speaking of economy, there looks like, I don't know if they did pass the agreement to open the government. I think
they were working on
they have these things where they vote on voting,
Yeah,
and then they get to the vote where they need to vote, and it's days later, and it's like, just get it done already. But I think once they open the government, people are going to get their back pay.
Yeah, I know.
And that's going to, I believe, really help the retail side of things. People are now, they've been going 30 days or more without getting paid, and now they're going to get all that money, and it's, for some, it's like, ooh, I get to go spend money now. And I don't know, or make up their bills, whatever it is.
If they were smart, they would.
Reef to Sea Forever is up 56% over the last 30 days, which is good news.
Yeah, that's excellent news.
And Devon, I had 2 unpaid buyers and 1 sale. There you go.
Did you ever get that one person to? Did they ever pay, or did it finally time out? Aw, Infinity, love you.
Love you, Gina.
Love you.
Fair Market Flip says, the promotional fee changes makes me wonder if there was a halo effect from promoted clicks that helped organic. Moving forward to lower promotion and sell similar to a new promoted campaign. There's a lot of different ways to do it. I do believe in a daily. There's 2 things I do every day. Well, really, not even, I don't pick for her to ship every day. Like on Saturdays, that doesn't happen. But most days, I do these 2 things. I pick, when I first get up, what's sold. Let's go get it, put it in the shipping room. And as soon as that's done, I'm taking 10%, the oldest 10% of items in my store, and we're doing an end item and a relist. So same as sell similar, just one less step. And it seems to not only help those items, because those are now earmarked as, if you look those items up after you do it, they're earmarked as new listings for a short period of time. But they just seem to help your other items that have been sitting. I just can't explain it. And I don't think I'll ever be able to. I can just tell you what works for me. What are you seeing here?
Nothing.
Okay. Time to Sell Collectibles says, I'm a collector turned reseller. None of my family members want my stuff. Michael Mullet, I'm all moved in, and I went and adopted a kitten from the shelter today. Couldn't be happier. There you go.
A little friend to be with you. How cute.
Yeah.
You're going to have to put a picture in the Discord. Speaking of the Discord, it's free.
We don't charge. We don't want your money, guys. If you ever
have a question when we're not live or unavailable, we have a amazing group of people in our Discord that can answer questions, can give suggestions. If you ever need anything in there, is including mental health. If you need somebody to talk to, just feel free to put it in the chat.
Reef to Sea Forever. I got 1 sale today and sent about 3 offers. Let's see what happens. The day is still young.
Yes, it is.
And Biff says, John, are you getting outbid at auctions, or are you just not seeing good stuff in the first place?
I'm just seeing a bid too high.
I'm seeing a mix. Yeah. Like lately, I'm seeing a mix of it's not that great. But yeah, there are items like, what I'll do is I'll just get my bids in. I don't snipe. Okay, I don't have time to do that. I don't have time to hover over a listing and wait until something's about to end and I'm going to hit them for $20.
I'm the queen of snipers.
But I call it swipe. I'm going to try to swipe it for $5, and if I get an early bid and no one else is interested, I can swipe it for $5. But that's kind of what I do. And in the past, I'll go through probably 2,000 listings that meet my criteria, and I will bid on the ones that I think will do well based on sold comps, and I'll get, maybe in a solid night, I'll win 20 to 25 items. That's when things are going well, and that's from the February through August. And then when things start to slow down, I may only get 2 items, and I might get 10. So anywhere from 2 to 10. So it's just
right now we have like over 25.
well, because I've been doing it every day. That's another thing. You got to be consistent, more consistent. You can't take days. I was getting to the point in the summertime where it's like I got so much stuff. I mean, it's so easy to get stuff. I'm already at where I need to be. I'm just going to take today off from sourcing. But now it's like you got to do it every day, and you're still not going to get what you want.
29.
It's not good. I got 2 more days of this before we go pick up on Wednesday. Reef the Sea Forever. Congrats on the new cat. I have 2 orange cats. They're brothers.
Aww.
And we have Tess cooks for you.
Hello,
But you've
Tess.
never cooked for me. What's that about? In it to flip it says, is Jenna with 2 N's?
Yes.
I have a client who is Jenna, so I just assumed to spell that way too.
Yes, it's 2 N's. And just a fun fact, I do have a nickname. It is Gina, but only one person calls me that,
You're screwed
and it's
now.
my sister. And there's a reason behind it.
You just
So.
opened that can of worms. Actually, flipping from the trailer says, hey, how's everyone tonight?
Hey!
Andy Reno, nobody asked how are you two doing, Jane and Juan? Big Dre says, hello, John, Jen in the chat. Just creating some drafts
Jane
right now.
And Juan.
I
How
did
about Jane and Tarzan?
47 drafts yesterday. There you go.
Wow. Big Dre. That's crazy.
Reef is focusing on listing items or focus on listing items. Biff says you should always try to lower prices in lieu of upping promoted listings. Creates more goodwill for the buyer. The only entity that benefits promoted listings is Lord eBay. Yeah. Reef the Sea Forever. You can definitely spend hours just looking at your numbers, LOL. But you can, but I think maybe you shouldn't. Look, there's a time where it's probably optimal. I would say no more than an hour, but not every night. I mean, look, I like to think that I like to dive into the numbers and I like to look at stuff. I like to find answers to my questions, but I'm not looking at the listing quality report every day. I'm not looking at my traffic reports every day. I think if you're judging your entire year off of one day's worth of data or one time looking at your report, I think that is not good. I just really think you just need to maybe do it a couple times a month, maybe 2 to 3 times a month, where you're kind of looking at your numbers. Maybe you remember some of the changes you made, some of the things you bought, and you're just trying to, in your mind, you already know where you have been with your numbers, and then you're comparing it to what that is. Maybe like some of the reports that I pull when I'm looking at year over year, I think that's kind of good to do, and I think that'll tell you enough about the story that's going on with your account. But to avoid it and to say, look, just keep it simple, I think if you want simple results, then you need to keep it simple. I'll just say it that way. Pick up the pages says, hiya, Jenna and John.
Hello.
Hey, FA fam. Nice to see you.
Mwah!
Reef the Sea Forever short coin. Did the buyer ever pay up from the last
that's what
time?
I'm wondering. I haven't seen the answer yet.
Well, look who joined us. Says, hey, FA fam. Happy Vanilla Cupcake Day.
Vanilla?
May I add some chocolate peanut butter icing, Snicker crunch, and a scoop of ice cream? Because, well, a plain old vanilla cupcake ain't that good.
That's true.
That's
true.
I have to go. We're going to go somewhere this evening, but I don't know if we're going to go get no cupcakes.
No.
Pick up the pages says, I had a $1,600 Sunday. Want to share, but I really need to find a YouTube video editor. My videos suck. The best editor that I can tell you for the money, I think I pay, is it $13 a month or is it a year? I don't know. Maybe it's a year. It's InShot on the iPhone. That does a great job. Keith says, John promised tonight he'll explain the mystery of eBay payment holds. I hope he's better at explaining it than he is at finding the hammer in his shed. Am I that far behind?
Yeah, you are.
I am
You
super
have
far
been very
behind.
long-winded today.
I got lots to say.
I know.
Killboy says, list, and list more. Yes.
That's right. Keep going.
Nice sales, John and Jenna. Well, thank you very much.
Thank
Flip
you.
It Good says, happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
And Love Cricket
Love
says,
Cricket.
which one is the best tool for strong title builder and listing optimizations? If you're talking about a listing tool, I can't give you that information because it would just be a guess on my part. But
You can use
I can
AI.
tell you that Grok was doing well for me. Then it became a smartass. I start using the Perplexity AI Comet browser, and it's fine. It's perfectly fine for what I
That
need.
one's not talking back.
No, it doesn't talk to you on your app on the phone, and it's perfectly fine for what I need. I think ChatGPT is probably the best one, but you got to give it clear instructions on what you want, and it'll do a good job. Zelcore says my second smaller store is $33 average and only $72,000. So with both stores, we are hitting $500K, but still I'm lower than last year by $28K. To get ahead, happy. My costs are $10K total shipping.
You can do it!
There you go. That's awesome to hear. So if you get to be, well, I think that's one account. If you get to be 500K, you get to be a top seller to eBay. Devon says my sales are down 58% this year on eBay. Need to revamp my store next year in 2026.
Yeah.
There you go. Keith says I'm not a full-time reseller. I'm a full-time e-waste flipper and repair guru. Basically, I make my trash pay rent. But you found that thing that makes it work. I love it. Let's see. Cross necklace. Keith says, call me a full-time e-waste flipper and repair guru because reselling is for people who don't like playing with fire and solder. Yeah, I choose not to. Jovia says, the Nurse Flipper podcast tomorrow. What a nice birthday surprise.
Tomorrow's your birthday.
It's your birthday? Oh.
I knew we liked you for a reason.
Paul Rose says, hi, John, Jen, and FA gang. Happy Manic Monday.
Happy Manic Monday. But
Monday.
In all seriousness, I hope you have a beautiful birthday. We love you so very much. We're so glad you're back. Can I send you a big hug?
Devon has no defects because she has no sales. There you go. Ken Dryden says, started my account in 2019. My ASP is about $75. Even when I recently sold a $2,000 painting, the money wasn't held.
Yeah.
But I think in the case of like Primo, his ASP was, and I can't, this is a guess on my part, like $25 to $30. That is, I'm sure he barely crossed the line. And when he did, AI just shut everything down. I've sold things that are in the thousands of dollars. I have the same ASP, and I'm not worried about them shutting my account down. Yeah. Linda Early says, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow night. Well, we're looking forward to being there.
Linda.
That's
nice
awesome.
to see you. Thank you for popping up, and we look forward to seeing you.
Graham says, like opposite side of the state from Mount Rushmore, so not by Rapid City.
Just keep going, because you're not going to be able
but
to.
We were once
break
talking.
out a map, and then he'll be on that thing
I
for
love maps.
hours.
We were once talking about, let's move to South Dakota. We actually were talking about that at one time.
We talked about a lot of states.
Paul Rose says, Keith, I was out Thursday and Saturday, and I may be out Friday again by the look of it. A bit like eBay, my social life is either feast or famine. Well, enjoy your time. Enjoy your time. Spending Sense says, hello, I never say hello. Sorry, LOL.
Hello.
Still shipping stupid molds I accidentally left on free shipping. Horrid Monday. Uh-oh. You don't want to take the hit on that.
Yeah, get in there and fix that.
Treasure Maze says, I got a note in my mailbox telling me I can't use eBay tape on my boxes. It is advertising.
Absolutely not.
BS.
Absolutely BS.
So wait, you can't use an eBay box? eBay branded box?
Or, yeah. Or Supply Hut, or any of the other companies, tell them to go.
No, here's where
fly a kite.
Here's where it may be worth the time to go to your post office. Take the note in with you, and take roll of tape. I'd take the roll of tape with me, and I'd talk to a manager at the post office, and I'd say, "This was left in my account, my box. Please show me in post office policy where I cannot use these supplies that are provided by eBay to ship my packages that I sell on eBay." They will not.
Whoever wrote that note is absolutely.
It's not correct. It's incorrect.
It's not right. It's not correct.
It's incorrect.
It's not. You're not doing anything wrong. You could ship a box with a bunch of stickers and whatever on it if you want to.
Yeah, you could
There
ship
is
this.
nothing wrong with using
You
eBay
can
Pay.
ship this box.
Yes.
Okay.
You can.
And there's nothing but advertisements on this
yes,
thing.
they can go
No.
fly a kite
No, that's
high in the sky.
I think what's happening is your mail carrier doesn't want to be
Yeah.
bothered with all your packages, and they're
Yeah.
like, no,
they're
let's.
finding every little excuse to not do their job.
Yeah, I
they
can't-
can't regulate what you use to tape up your box, even if it says eBay or not.
Zelcorp
Oh
says,
no, that chaps my high.
I'm thankful for you guys. I love doing eBay most of the time. I'm doing it for 100% for charity.
Oh.
Says this way I can help my community. My MS limits my mobility, so it's a great way to give back. Okay, awesome.
Absolutely. Way to go. That's awesome.
Mohammed Rafiq, we are e-commerce accounts managing company, and we got a sale for $56,000 last month on one of our stores.
Wow.
So I'm wondering though, how much do you make in a month? That's one sale, but if you're doing high volume as it is, then it's not gonna handicap you, I don't think. Time to sell collectibles. Says 2 years selling. This has been normal process. Have a weekly payouts. Holds are only in place when there's a return. Jovio wants to know: has anybody else experienced a higher volume of returns lately?
Oh,
Did eBay send out if you don't like the return it message? Last return was day 30 from purchase date.
Wow.
Now they have 3 weeks to return.
yeah. It's insane.
Yeah.
I absolutely hate it. We have been drowning in returns. Why are you laughing?
Paul, what did you say to Jenna to make you give you that shiner? Oh, actually,
No.
oh my eye.
Wasn't me this time.
No, I had a doctor who was too happy to like shoot my face with that stuff.
No,
he
he
seemed very-
he had a spot on his cheek that we thought could possibly be something else.
Still there. He just made it red.
And it's actually a mole, which
No, he said a wart.
or a wart. I'm sorry.
I love hugging frogs.
You like letting frogs pee on your face?
Oh, I love it.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
A golden frog shower.
Ew.
CPR says, everyone hit that like button. Yes.
Yes, do it.
Duncan says he can do it.
You can do it.
Devon says it's cheaper not to have health insurance. A girl had an MRI without insurance, $700. With insurance, $5,500. She asked if she could pay $700. They said no.
Yep.
You have insurance. Such a scam.
Yeah, it's absolute dog stuff. It's stupid.
So I'm not having insurance.
No, we will not have
We're gonna find other alternatives.
We
but
will do it our way.
yes, because
I want to be in charge of my health.
In it to flip it says, regarding health insurance and paying in cash instead, I currently have a 40-year-old client who's going through leukemia treatments. You don't want to know how much their bills are.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But the deal we have right now, we would still have to pay only 30% of that. But based on what you said, that's still going to be a high number.
Yeah, no matter how you slice it, it's still going to be expensive. However, if you don't need to go to the doctor very often, like this guy, it doesn't make any sense to pay $500 a month for insurance.
That's cheap.
On top of
Right.
the co-pays it makes no sense for us. We can go pay cat. I'm the only one that goes to the doctor like at least once a month. So for me, it's a different situation.
Got my sale. I sold a highway foot peg engine guard crash bar for a Harley Street Bob Fat Bob motorcycle.
Wow.
$85. It was what is it? Oops, hell, I don't want that. It was $67.49 plus $19 shipping. So there we go. Let's see. Let's get down here real quick. Read 500. Why do you just have disaster insurance? What was the difference in cost? You never talk about it.
We have disaster insurance and we have regular health insurance.
What's the disaster insurance?
That it's like $200 or something on top of. We already have it. We have it. It doesn't disaster and the. How often is a disastrous type of situation going to occur?
Well, the person on the other side of that coin might say, well, it only takes one.
Yes, and I get that. I get disasters happen at random and I understand it all. But you know what? I'm just not in the business of making doctors and insurance companies richer. I'm sorry.
The West Coast Reseller, is this true? I just read that there might be a 15-year car loan option. Wow.
Oh.
I think the max you can get is like 8 years on a car loan.
15 years? I don't know.
Nuts.
Well, I mean, we would never do something like that because we like to trade our cars in every few years.
I don't think I want to trade this one.
I mean, this one we'll
in.
probably hang on to a lot longer, but
Christopher Nutter, thank you for the super chat.
Christopher, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that.
That was nice of you.
Yeah, it's awesome. We don't expect you guys to do any of that stuff.
Yeah.
We just come on here. It's part of our routine. Let's see. Just want to make sure I get to, because we're about a half an hour away from being done here. Graham says, no ice cream here. We're doing a reseller biggest weight loser challenge with some friends and watchers. That's awesome.
Wait, you put in the word weight, and I don't see it.
Well, that's what
anywhere.
it is. What do you think? They're losing
Biggest
coins? Money losers? What? It's weight. Biggest loser challenge. Because of ice cream. Ice cream.
Well, I can tell you that I've lost 20 pounds in the last 2 months.
And I can tell you that I'm maintaining my weight through just what I do, which is the intermittent fasting.
Yes.
No eating after 6, roughly. And it's not like a timer that goes off and I can't eat, but roughly I give myself like 16 hours from the last meal to the meal the next day.
I do that, but it's not on purpose. I just don't feel hungry. I don't eat a lot at all.
It's 2025. You can literally finance a pizza.
Yeah, that's
I'm going to try to do that.
No, let's not try
buy
to
low,
do
sell
that.
chai. My real job, you can through a credit card. Just finance it. My real job for a large corporation family insurance went up $60 for medical per month. And it was already at $9.89 per month prior, and now total is $14.86 per month for all the other benefits with HSA.
Yeah.
We were spoiled at our other
We were
job.
very spoiled when we worked for Amtrak. We literally only paid $200 a month.
No copays.
No copays whatsoever. No copay, no waiting periods. We had all 6 of us on the insurance.
Go directly to the specialist. And
it was a PPO, so we didn't have to deal with all these stupid referrals and
Duncan
I miss
would like
so much.
Duncan would love. He misses crickets, cicadas, inads, and returns. All your way when you hit his like button. Yes.
You can
time
do
to sell
it!
collectibles. Someone also wants a 60-year mortgage. That's
60
crazy.
years.
How does a 60-year-old guy or even a 50-year-old guy get qualified for a 60-year mortgage? It's like,
Well,
you
I
can't.
don't
The math's
know
not
that-
there.
Yeah.
Keith says, I feel real sorry for you all peeps in the U.S. that got to have insurance for health. Why can't they just do something like the NHS that we have here? Oh, because corpse will go bust. That's why I get it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know all the whys, but I know how it affects us, and it's, everyone's
It
going to
may
have a
be
different
good for
answer.
some people, but it's not good for us.
On the shelf collectibles, hi. I had a very good weekend with 27 orders going out.
Wow.
Slow day today, though, with only 3. Hit that like for a sale, yo.
Yes!
Awesome.
Good job, 27 orders.
Deborah Rebecca Flippin, I have legit the like and got 2 sales so far.
Yay!
There you go. Telling you it works.
Sold it on eBay,
Anita,
I didn't do it on purpose.
I sold it on eBay.
Oh.
Jenna, no need to go out when it rains. I don't.
I don't. Well,
But that's that's not truthful. When it rains, it doesn't happen often, and we are outside in that rain.
we do go and just take a little rain dance period of time, but we don't go out there for very long.
Joe says maybe check into a catastrophic health insurance with a PPO plan, lower monthly premium, and self-pay when going to doctor scans, etc.
Yeah, I think I found what we are going to do, but I'm not certain. I need to do a little more research.
Let's see. Buy low, sell chai. eBay seems to put my account in timeout after large sale days. Did $7.90 on 11/4, and then $147 next day. Did $5.73 yesterday, and so far $22 a day.
Crickets.
Yeah, and look, I'm right there with you. Look, I'd say the same thing before, and the more and more I think about it it's just sometimes you get more like same traffic. You get more sales one day than you will on another. Maybe you get the same number of views this day than the other, but your sales numbers are totally different. I just think it could be, and I'm saying this, I think it just could be coincidental that we see one day.
There are no coincidences.
Yeah, I think the number though, if you get wild swings with your traffic, now that could be, something going on with eBay, and of course you're gonna have slower sales. eBay store subscription fees are the biggest racket. Yeah, but it is what it is. I can't get the tools I need if I don't have a store, and I'm not paying $25 and 25-cent insertion fees for my listings.
Yeah, and
actually, I think it's
much
$35
cheaper than
there.
having a brick and mortar.
Paul Rose says you already have to rub eBay's feet and massage his back. Now you have to shake it. Do I need to get a pole installed? I order some fishnets. Yes. Shake it. Off the shelf, just gashed in my sale. The thumbs up sale.
Yeah.
And we have Gail Carlson with us. Nice to see you, Gail.
Everybody.
All right, there you go, Gail. Nice to see you. Den Decor Depot. Big time site errors right now on eBay. Can't list.
Oh.
Well, heck, that's no good.
That's not good.
Todd says, right, I am just too lazy to worry about all the particulars, while at the same time I'm having a record year.
Yes.
So why would you do all that? I mean, if you're happy with what you're making, then you're on that other side of the coin where it just doesn't make sense to spend the extra time. Michael Mullet, oh man, don't tell me that. I'll take any excuses not to list.
That would be me.
Paul Rose says, Jenna, knowing my luck, I'd fall in the dumpster and end up at the tip. Jovi says, look into a PPO plan. No need for PCP. I'm not going to take any of that.
No, it's
okay. Like HMO plans require, always ask what the self-pay cost versus insurance is before procedure. Also shop around. But from my understanding, though, if you go in and say, what's the self-insured cost versus me using my insurance, you don't have the option to self-pay.
You don't get an option. Most doctor's offices will not allow you to pay cash payments because you have insurance, and that's where you have to go in as if you don't have insurance, and then kind of show it to them and be like, okay, it's not good. But yes, PPOs are way better. That's what we had at Amtrak, and I would give anything to have that insurance.
I would give anything.
Not the job, but just the insurance.
Well, that's part of the job.
Right.
You accept the job.
No.
You accept their benefits. Devon says, I took my mom to the doctor today, and Medicare is not working. Damn government.
Oh, no.
Damn government.
So that means she had to pay cash?
Andy says, question.
That's terrible.
If you go to change your promoted rate, does that count as one of your listings? No. You could change your promoted listings. I think that's what Biff was saying. You can change your promoted listings as much as you want.
Why is this here? Can you get rid of it?
Because I love it. I don't know how to
close.
I don't know how to do it.
Thank you.
Midwest Picker says 8 sales so far today, mostly taken offers, but not bad.
Well, how are you doing, Midwest Picker? Besides that, I hope you're doing good.
Let's see. Jovial, Paul. I'm just looking for some sidebar combos. I'm trying to get past. CPR says, be sure to thank a veteran tomorrow.
Yes.
In person, on a chat, or just take a few minutes to appreciate their service.
Yes, and we thank any and all of our veteran people who are out in our FAE family. Whether you're active duty or veteran, we appreciate you more than you will ever realize.
It's been decided. KFC tonight.
No, it's not.
Devon says, John, you're doing great. Well, thank you. And again, I just want to show you guys what's possible. You may not be having great success in sales, but I promise you, the answer to improve your sales is out there, and it doesn't happen without more effort. And so, whatever that means to you, but I'm telling you right now, if I didn't put the kind of time and effort and energy in my account, I wouldn't have nearly the sales that I have right now.
That's true. You need to read this one. These
cataracts are getting bad. The dog walked by and I thought it was Gwen.
Don't tell Gwen that.
Time to sell collectibles. The only numbers I look at every day: glucose and PB. I'm alive. Yes. Paul Rose says, Todd, whatever you do, don't say that out loud. We may never see you again. Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Paul says it was my birthday on Friday. 21 at last.
Well, happy birthday, Paul.
Yeah, I saw that mullet that you're sporting
Mwah.
on Primo's channel. That long curly mullet. He has
Where? I didn't see it.
well, you didn't watch his channel today, did you? See, I'm telling you, Primo and Spam. I try to get her to watch. She's always watching all this other nonsense.
I was watching something important.
With these cataracts, I'm so lucky. The other drivers miss me when I'm on in the oncoming lane. Yeah. Ceci's with us. eBay did it to us for over 9 months. Well, hopefully they took that away and gave you your money now.
Yeah, I hope that you're noticing that it's all returning to normal soon.
I agree. eBay employees can be clueless at times. Yep.
Yes, and I agree that eBay tape is the worst tape.
Todd uses Band-Aids. I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
eBay did this for over 9 months. I closed my 600 plus ads. Next day, I got a message. They're not holding funds. We passed the test, basically. Sorry, eBay. Too late.
Yeah, good.
Oh, no. Devon says, John, you need to use that box in a thumbnail. I might. Maybe when I do a shipping video. I might do a shipping video at some point.
Why?
Yes. Well, because why not?
You're
I
not-
was thinking about doing a video about a Franken box because I had this box that I had. It's one of the boxes that you shipped.
Yeah,
and
it was a horrible mess.
It came in liquidation, and whoever used this box used a box that was too tall, and it wasn't wide enough, so they had to put it in at an angle. But it's like, I ain't shipping this thing in this big old box because no one's gonna buy my item. The shipping's gonna be too high. But I don't have a box like that that's going to fit this thing, and how do I make this thing work? So what I did was and it was a great box, by the way. It was a really nice box. I took the item out. I'm like, how do I make this box shorter and longer and wider? So I was going to make a video on it, but I was using a lot of paper tape that day, and you shipped it recently.
I know.
And did it turn out bad?
It turned out fine.
Yeah.
But I just did a Frankenbox last night.
But people might want to see a video on that. That's all I'm saying.
We shipped out so on the boat, when you're on a boat, there you have the little seat, the wooden seat that you can climb on or sit on the edge of the boat on the back end.
Are you talking about the thing you shipped today?
Yeah.
That's not a boat seat.
Yes, it is.
It's not a boat seat. I'm telling you, it's not a boat seat. You mount it on your wall, and it sits flat against the wall.
Okay.
And it opens up
It
so
looks
that
like a boat
you can
seat.
put it. You can install it in your bathroom if you need a chair in there. And you don't want it to be in the way.
Okay, I get
It's
it.
not a boat seat.
Well, no, they have. Have you ever been on a boat when they have that same
Yeah.
seat?
I guess you could have sold it as a boat seat.
I mean, that's what it looked like.
Yeah. Todd says, my local postal clerks are still amazed by the new Ground Advantage packaging. I'm the only one in town using them.
Oh, and then
We got the poly mailers.
We got the poly bags, and
Did you open them?
I did. I used them today.
Are they any good?
They're fine. They're
They look like the boxes, but just bags. Is that what they look like?
yeah, they're just a poly bag, but they've got Ground Advantage and all the things written all over them.
Anissa is with us. Just go on Medicaid, problem solved. We ain't that old yet.
Oh no, we cannot qualify for that.
Devon, my husband has insurance. I am not sure it's better.
Yeah.
And it to flip it says that leukemia patient is going to be looking at $1 million, all said and done. Okay, so take $1 million. My insurance, or our current insurance as it is, will pay $700,000 of that, and the rest of $300,000 is on you.
I can tell you right now
able.
that Tyler is $1 million baby.
Duncan.
That is no joke. When Tyler was born, he was premature. He was he had preeclampsia. I had toxemia. It was a very dire situation. He was in the NICU for 3 weeks, and the bills started rolling in, and it was outrageous. It all added up. Our insurance at the time paid a good portion of it, but the amount that was for us was left over. We ended up bankrupting it because there's no way we could have paid for it.
No, Duncan, the dermatologist shot me with his
It's It's
I don't know what the hell it is.
What is that called?
Gail says
It's cold. The cold
Gail has
shot.
Medicare, TRICARE, and the VA. That's the way to go. You got it made.
Yeah.
We don't have that. Paul says, now the insurance isn't worth it. I danced naked around a bonfire under a full moon, chanting music, lyrics. It's working for me so far. Christopher says, the super chat for Jenna is for Jenna to do you can do it on the nurse flip.
Okay. Well, thank you, Christopher.
I guess he wants us to hit you can do it on the show. I don't know.
No,
insurance
that's
is
not
legal.
easy.
Mafia shakedowns. Yeah, it is.
Yes, it really is. It's terrible.
Duncan says no eating after 6, no eating before 6. So I don't eat a breakfast. At 11 o'clock hits, that's my time. At 11 a.m. hits, that's my time I can eat.
Ours is like I don't eat any time after 6 or 7 in the evening, and I don't eat until 12 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
I agree with this statement. Many sellers ignore the offers to watchers. eBay pushes your listings higher after sending an offer. Yes. How many times have you received an offer or sent an offer on an item and like literally within like 12 hours it sells to someone else for full ask? In it to flip it says, yes, she is young and it was a shock. She didn't feel well, went to the doctor and went straight to the hospital for 2 months.
That's awful. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's horrible.
I'll keep them in my prayers.
Paul lost more than 20 pounds in the last few days.
Oh no! What did you do?
I don't know.
You got to read
Those
the rest.
rounds were on Thursday and Saturday were brutal.
Oh no!
Yeah, time to go outside and get moist. Read the Sea Forever says, yes, that happens to me too. I get big sales days and then next few days are lower than crickets. It's like there's a trigger. Weird.
Yeah.
Jobus says, catastrophic health insurance is a type of plan, low monthly premiums and high deductibles designed to protect you from the high cost of serious illness or accident.
Maybe that's something we can look at. But it is a catastrophe. We had a catastrophe, or is that what it was called?
Yeah.
A catastrophe insurance on top of the health insurance that we have. I don't know. It's all going to be gone.
By Low Sell Chai says, John and Jenna, as a 49-year-old man with 3 adult daughters, I learned that the kids here in Chicagoland are calling each other gang. Not sure if you hear this in your neck of the woods. I think that's common slang for the kids that they use it, gang or fam.
That's terrible.
And to flip it says, they don't need to tie the store subscription fees to insertion fees. That's the racket. They get you to be okay with it by charging the higher insertion fees in the first place. But here's the thing. Doesn't matter if we're okay with it. They have it's their platform. I mean, people get mad at me for saying this, but it's the truth. It's eBay's platform. They can set it up however they want, and either you comply with what you have to succeed, or you don't succeed, or you don't sell there at all. It's just, I've learned to accept it. Graham says, don't ask self-pay, ask for cash price. Okay. Then you can self-pay when going to appointments, procedures, etc.
Yeah.
It sucks getting old and worrying about insurance. Eat good food and don't do wild things.
Well, I can only guarantee 2 of those.
There's only 2 of those. There's only 2.
Doing wild things.
Medicare says, cataract surgery, the crappy lenses are free. The good lenses are $1,900 each. The extra special lenses are, what do they give you, like bionic, like eyesight, or what?
Tell them how much my contacts cost.
Yeah, basket noodles. Greetings. Yeah, Jenna's, well, you tell them. I don't remember. There's just a lot.
$480 for my contact lenses for 1 year.
Yeah. It's hard to get a
insane.
Coke bottle.
I've never paid that amount.
It's hard to get a Coke
ever.
bottle that small. I'm just
Shut
saying.
the
Look at this abuse. It's on camera. Renee, Jenna's face when John says he's going to do a shipping video. By Lo Sel Chai, my late father was born in Bangkok, Thailand, and he would pronounce the word cataracts as Cadillacs.
Cadillacs.
Cataracts. See, that's cataracts.
Cadillacs. Cataracts.
That Snickers box is funny.
Yes,
yeah,
that's from Rhonda, a.k.a. Jovial Juggler.
And Todd is Reach. We already knew that. Paul says, try Frankenboxing a life-size statue. That's a giggle.
Oh, my.
No.
That would be... I would be crying.
Ruben Almanza, lost my sourcing place.
No.
That's no good. Constantly got to be looking for alternate places, though.
Yeah.
In it to Flip says, my polybags were supposed to be here today. Can you believe that they didn't show up? I can believe it.
Oh, no. I'm sure that's not the case. They're going to be there any minute.
And Duncan, thank you for the super chat. Crickets, cicadas, crossbreds are out. That's a bread.
Well, it says
Crossbreds are out. Get some KFC. You can do it.
No.
You can do
it. No.
Some crossbreds. I'll have to get some sourdough.
We're actually going to go have pizza at it. Where's it called?
We're going to go to
Mountain
Mike's.
Mike's.
We've been there before. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Silver Hair says, yes, Devon, the 1900 ones are supposed to take care of everything but close reading vision. Wow. I know that at some point I'm probably going to do cataracts.
B-News!
And remember, eBay isn't exactly an extremely wealthy company. I thought they did have good cash on hand. They had a pretty good... Devon says, I agree, Jenna, there is no way you can pay that much.
Yeah, it's insane.
Hey, where's Mike Metco?
He's here. He's just quiet.
He's quiet. He's probably working.
Yeah.
Jane's Jungle Safari says, I have Medicare Advantage. $180, $181 a month. So far, so good. Tomorrow I get my eyes checked, new glasses. Hoping it won't be too bad. I'm sure it won't be.
Yeah.
The old joke, the ophthalmologist fell into his lens grinder and made a spectacle of himself.
That's a good one, B-News.
So here's the thing. We're going to do another giveaway for Treecat. Yeah, let's do it. Another hat and a shirt.
Okay.
So pick a number between 1 and 300. The closest one wins. If it's a tie, it's the one who didn't go over. That's the rules. And 1 and 300. And we're going to play this little Treecat promo. And we will be right back to do the drawing.
Let's go.
You hear us talk about Treecat a lot on this channel. And yes, it's a cross-listing tool. They support eBay, Mercari, Poshmark. They just added Whatnot. So many features, like how about the ability to end your items if it sells on another platform? How about scheduled relist? So, even eBay doesn't offer that, where you can schedule an item to relist every so many days, weeks, or whatever it is. How about the ability to have a library of your listings, where eBay only keeps your listing 90 days. Treecat will keep your listings and your photos indefinitely. So they're adding new features all the time. And the cool thing right now, guys, is between now and the end of October, if you use my code FAE, you will get 2 months for free. That's right, 2 months for free. The cool thing is, if you decide to stay with Treecat, which I think you will, you only pay as you sell. So if you don't make many sales, you're not going to pay much. There's no monthly fees. There's no sign-up fees or anything like that. But use my code FAE to get 2 months for free. What are you waiting for? And there you go. What are you waiting for? And we got Mike is here. As I told you, he's here.
Yeah, he's just
Jody Wilbur says, glad to hear people are getting poly mailers, hoping the package that shipped from Victory today is mine. Otherwise, I'll have to buy more plain ones.
I hope so.
I think you'll get them.
Yeah, you'll get them.
So, look, we work with Treecat. We think that they're a great company. They're an excellent cross-listing option, and they're adding more and more features all the time. One cool thing is you can... Right now, most of us are relying on eBay to hold our items in their library, our library of listings, and even if you have the option to, was it out of stock? That option where if you run out, they hold it. Something can happen. We've seen where eBay's lost listings. Treecat, they'll hold your listings indefinitely with photos. So if anything happens, or if you sell that same item you bought a year ago, but the listing's gone, you can just go right back to it. So give it a shot. You get 2 months for free. And I'm surprised that a lot of you guys haven't seemed to take us up on that. It's pretty good. So do it. Here's the deal. We have Jovial as the last submission. So we're
Jovial.
going. I think she went over by a little bit.
A little bit.
So we're going to go ahead and we're going to generate the number. And here we go. Good luck, everybody. It's thinking. Python programming. I don't know what takes so long. 130. 130. Let's see if we got a winner. Jenna's going to work her magic, and we will announce the winner. And if you are the winner, I need you to send me an email at flippinain'teasy2020@gmail.com. It's in the chat. And I will forward your size and address information.
Oh, no. Never mind.
I'm so excited.
I know.
My
Sorry.
goodness.
Time to sell.
CBR says, you two have me smiling at my phone sometimes. Thank you. Well,
Good.
We're glad to help.
Yeah.
Basket Noodle. eBay's basically a $10 billion company, fairly steady. Temu did that in 2 years. Amazon is a monster to compare as Walmart and others. Uh-oh. We got a winner?
Yeah.
Brief the Sea Forever says,
really
Treecat sounds
close.
cool. I've been waiting to list more on Poshmark. And there you go.
Yeah, and if you sign up,
Get 2
you
months
still...
for free.
Are we doing the...
2 months for free.
$100?
We're gonna do this. Yeah, we're doing the $100 drawing for those who signed up in September and October. I'm going to do that drawing on Friday. Okay, so if you signed up in September and October when we had that thing going, then you will be on that list. I just didn't have the time to do it today, but I have the list of potential winners. Or there's one winner.
All right, so the winner is Al Tour. Toure.
Al Toure. Toure.
127. It was almost going to be time to sell collectibles at 135, but that was over. So,
Wait,
Al.
127, right? Yeah.
127.
127.
Yes,
That's 3
right
off
there.
compared to 5 off.
Yes.
Yeah. So Al Toure is the winner.
Congratulations! Yay! So make sure you email us with your shirt size, and do we have to have a hat size?
No, just the shirt size.
Okay.
Shirt size and your address.
And your address, so
and
that
we'll pass it on. And we'll be doing more. So if you got close this time, we have a chance to do it next time. We'll give away more of their merch, and really good quality shirts, and good. They made sure they actually got good quality hats.
Yes.
So it's cool to have. So that's Treecat. Go check them out. Use the link
their
down
new
below.
branding, too.
Or treecat.io and just select my affiliate, because I'm the only affiliate that's doing the 2-month giveaway. So do that.
Aw, buy low, sell chai said I typed in 130 when you said it, so I did not win.
So that's why we kind of do a cutoff.
Your honesty
That's kind of why we do a cutoff like a Joel. And what sucks is if you're behind and you're not on the live part, you might miss out. So, make sure that you're there with us for the live, if you can be there for the live, because we're going to try to give away more shirts and hats until they tell us no more shirts and hats, okay?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Tomorrow night, Nurse Flipper's channel will be there at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 Eastern. Make sure you're there to check us out. And then Wednesday, we're going to do the members only live at our normal time, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. But as far as this whole payment holds thing, I got to tell you, I think what's happening is good news. If they're going back on what they were doing, it's good news that it's probably not going to roll out for all resellers. And I think to the smaller resellers, that's really good news, because, if you're in a pinch and you need that money, waiting for 2 to 3 weeks for a package when you need that money is kind of stressful. So hopefully that's good news, and hopefully our continued feedback to eBay will get them to at least consider some of the other unpopular changes that they're thinking about making. But being a part of all that and shaking your phone and putting comments and putting your feedback like I hope you do in this video is yet another example of how flipping ain't easy. Want you guys to have an excellent rest of your day. Tomorrow, no shipping because of the holiday.
Yep.
And we will talk to you here very soon.
We love you.
Take care.
Returns and lowball offers too. Zero takedowns, they're a pain. What can we do? High selling fees, bad buys, and rude buyers galore. Flipping ain't easy, but we keep coming back for more. All resellers are gonna make mistakes. success. Subscribe to the channel and stand above the rest. Focus on the thing that is within your control. Hang with flipping ain't easy. Let's roll. Catch the live streams on Mondays and Fridays. Join the Discord community for the parlays. Tune into the podcast. Profit Playbook's the name. With Scott and Josh, flipping's more than a game. All resellers are gonna make mistakes. Learn from them and you'll have what it takes. In the world of reselling, will you guide? With flipping ain't easy by your style. Catch the live streams on Mondays and Fridays. Join the Discord community for the parlays. Tune into the podcast. Profit Playbook's the name. With Scott and Josh, flipping's more